a very PayPal thing and makes me happy I don't use PayPal anymore.
Oh.
People are drinking less gas. And the forever fake folksy Warren Buffett. Woo!
Oh.
Yeah.
He's still around, huh? He's still kicking.
He's still executive chair, right? At Berkshire Hathaway?
I mean, even if he wasn't, Howard and Susan Buffett are both on the board. So it's like he's not involved? I doubt it.
Our show today is being sponsored by FreeFlow Analytics, freeflowanalytics.com, the only platform measuring board power, connections, and performance for free.
Yeah. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. You know what? Let's not belabor any points here. You were away.
Yep.
Nothing got done on content while you were away, but I was building big things in a dark dungeon somewhere. And let's just come back and do a show. Are you ready?
You know, yes. I was going to talk, but I don't want to get... Okay, I'll just say it. I Googled Berkshire Board, and the first link that comes up just says directors and officers of the company, which makes you believe that it's current, right? And then I clicked on it. First of all, Charles Munger is still a vice chair, so he's still alive, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Warren is chair and CEO. Nothing about Greg Abel, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Well, also
they don't like to update things. They don't like websites.
Yeah, they have like a guy who's like 83 years old who learned HTML when he was 60, like updating that website. That's not exactly modern.
Okay, let's move on.
All
Ready?
right, let's go.
Did you play? Oh, so it's working. All right.
Story of the week.
Yeah.
Do we have any? Did anything happen this week?
Just like all the ticks I found while hiking through beautiful Nova Scotia, my stories will kind of land like ticks sucking your.
Hopefully, they're all the meat allergy inducing.
Yeah, the
kind.
Texas, the Longhorn,
the Lone
tick.
Star meat
Right.
tick or whatever.
All right, no particular order, because I know you're not going to vote for this first one, but I actually wasn't paying attention for the news while I was gone, so I'm just including things that I don't know if are good.
That you just realized.
Trump, I think this already happened. Maybe a day or two ago.
Back.
Trump is bringing Tim Cook, Elon Musk, and a dozen other CEOs to Beijing for his summit. So we got 7 from tech, Elon, Tim Cook, Jensen Huang, not Zuck though, Dina Powell McCormick from Meta, who we have already commented about. She's like the Trump whisperer.
She's a magger.
Yeah,
a magger.
Larry Fink, Steven Schwartzman, Jane Frey, blah blah blah. DSOL. I don't know. You guys anything to say about this?
I'm a little curious. Like, so first of all, it's a 17-hour flight from DC to. I assume the CEOs flew into Washington and then joined the president on the plane.
Except for Jensen Huang, who I read they picked up in Alaska. I don't know what he was doing in Alaska. Exactly,
so they don't even go nonstop. Like the president has to have a layover. But
I don't know if any of that's true.
What do they do when they get to China? Like, what are the CEOs doing? Did Tim Cook go visit Foxconn and see how many suicides there were that day? Or
isn't Tim the only one that China actually likes? Because Tim's the only one who out of this list who's regularly not complained about China, right? Zuck used to say like, "What about China?" Remember, he used to make everyone afraid of China. But Tim has been selling iPhones forever in China, right?
Yeah. He also, I think, has like clamped down on anything that China said clamp down on, right? Like,
right.
I'm pretty sure. But did anyone from like the Ellison Nepo clan go? Do we know?
No, I don't see any media on this list. It's tech, finance, aerospace, payments and services, and agriculture and biotech. I just think it's great that, when we go talk to another world power, that we're just bringing CEOs and no other representative from our society. I just think that says it all. I just like that. I like it.
doesn't Larry Fink represent all the normal people? Isn't that the way that works?
Yeah, where's Texas? Shouldn't Texas be angry at Larry Fink going? Isn't he the like leftist ESG woke monger?
I don't know. You see this list though, and it's like so depressing.
I thought I saw a
this
woman
is
on
what
here,
happens.
Kelly Ortberg of Boeing. No, that's a man. No, sorry.
No, it's a man.
Jane Fraser. That's definitely a woman. And then there's sort of a woman. Dina Powell McCormick is sort of a woman, but she's there to represent Zuck. So I don't know. Does
Yeah,
she count?
she doesn't count.
She's
No,
not a
she doesn't
CEO.
count.
She's actually the only one who's not a CEO. So we
got
a
one
woman.
We got a woman. That's
Right.
good.
It's not bad. Out of a list of like 17, that's pretty good.
I mean, if you threw a dart at the Fortune 500 CEOs, you wouldn't hit a woman.
You wouldn't hit a
anyway,
woman.
So
Yeah.
it'd be fine.
right, let's move
This
on.
is actually representative. It's fine.
That's the first story. Second story, PayPal agrees to $30 million settlement with Trump's Justice Department over, quote, illegal DEI, which makes me so angry. But
Well, I almost picked this week
Yeah.
because I'm doing triggered, not
well,
assholes.
I'm already triggered. So I guess this is in response. I don't know. Supposedly this is in response to PayPal daring to have an economic opportunity fund for Black and underrepresented minority businesses back in 2020. I mean, again, not like our.
Aren't they one of like 50 companies that in 2020, after
Yes,
the
of
death of
course.
George Floyd, did
Yeah.
the same exact thing?
And it's not like our country was built off the free labor of slaves or anything. I mean, it's not part of our history. It's not in Florida anymore, at least. But
Stop it.
yeah,
That
I don't live in
didn't
Florida.
happen. Stop it.
So, I don't want to go into all that. I mean, all that sucks. The Department of Justice sucks. Trump sucks. They're all idiots. They're racist. So, but I just want to focus on PayPal. I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't need to prove to anyone that the Trump administration is racist. I mean, even they know they're racist. But right? I mean, we're over this, right?
That's why I didn't put it in triggered.
Yeah,
because
because
it's
they know, they
it's
know what
like-
this is about,
And
right?
PayPal themselves are even worse, right? Like,
Okay, so let's talk about PayPal quickly because I want to just talk about why, of course, PayPal, and they're saying that this could be a big precedent for other companies because they didn't fight, they're folding, they're basically admitting.
it's not a precedent.
All right, so here we go. Their independent chair is David Dorman. He represents 17% of board influence, according to Free Float. He is also a member of the Dell board, where Michael Dell and Donald Trump are BFFs.
Yeah, they're buddies.
Jonathan Christodoro, he's the former managing director at Icon Capital. Carl and Donald, two old BFFs.
Yeah.
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 And then, of course, the background of PayPal is the founding mafia, the PayPal mafia. What a great name! That's all of Trump's BFFs. Now that I think about it, Musk with Doge, David Sachs was the AI and crypto czar, and then of course Peter Thiel basically created JD Vance. Right? He molded him in a factory. He gave him all the money, and it's not a great look because everybody hates JD Vance. And then finally. There's even an Intel director on the board, Frank Yeary. He has 12% of board influence. I mean, between Christodoro, Yeary, and Dorman, you have almost half of the board's influence. But Frank Yeary is the chair at Intel, been a director since 2009. And of course, Trump just got his grubby hands on Intel earlier this year, right? The government now has a stake in Intel.
I suppose they still have a stake, even though
Yeah.
nobody knows what they're doing with it.
Yeah, so that's PayPal.
I mean, this is
Go ahead.
why I didn't get triggered. And this is also why I don't know that it's a precedent, right? Like, this is basically Trump people paying Trump themselves, right? Like, this isn't.
Yeah, I suppose. You're right.
I
But that doesn't get unearthed in the stories you read, right?
No, they make it sound like, oh, they're fucking the DEI, right? Like, they're
Yeah.
really. But if we're honest, of all the companies to do this, I mean, like, you'd expect, like Chevron, Exxon, PayPal, Meta, they're all going to give like $1 million.
And they're not going to
and
fight.
And they're not going to fight. They would never, ever fight this. I'm just wake me up when somebody matters that actually either capitulates or fights.
Here's what I missed. This happened last week. again, I wasn't really looking at the news. This is from Slate. The headline is, "It was one of Doge's most absurd abuses. A court finally exposed it." So somebody is fighting, and that is the National Endowment for the Humanities. So they sued Doge last May, and finally, it took a year. But U.S. District Judge Colleen McMahon, of course, it's always a woman.
So,
Really, honestly, it's always a woman.
Sure.
Issued a massive 143-page ruling, basically saying that it was a bunch of nitwits and it was completely unconstitutional, and they're a bunch of. I think we've covered this before, but essentially, she said that the Doge staffers are dopes.
Did they say she wrote that down? That would be great.
They're tech bros with no background in the humanities, and yet decided that they had the expertise to gut grants to the right. They somehow suddenly had this is the meritocracy at work, right?
Yeah. I know nothing, but I can make all the decisions.
You give 20-year-old dopes the decision to cut grants to the arts.
I want to know where those dopes are. Those dopes should feel deep shame everywhere they go.
She didn't call them dopes, but she did say that they were 20-something with, quote, zero experience in the humanities. So again, there's your meritocracy. Then there was she pointed out the woke filter, essentially, that they basically looked for anything with DEI, identity, culture, and women, and they just got rid of it, right? They basically used ChatGPT to cut grants, right?
Yeah.
Which and she called it a textbook example of unconstitutional viewpoint discrimination, which is really the exact thing that
conservatives said. They hate that.
Yeah, if you join the Proxy Countdown show later, if you listen to that, all of the anti-DEI, anti-woke proposals are all claiming viewpoint discrimination. So here you go. One thing she pointed out, the one that really got her going, was that I guess that they flagged and canceled a documentary about Jewish women's slave labor during the Holocaust because the AI-driven filter focused on Jewish cultures, quote, and female voices, quote, and that was just too much. That
Jewish
combination
is DEI.
Yeah, that's just too much, right? Too many minorities happening there at once, and
it was negative Nazi propaganda. They don't like that either.
And then she also pointed out that Doge wasn't even it's not even a real government agency. That's the thing that is crazy about this, right? It's not even real. It was made up.
Well, the money's not gonna. It's not exactly like they're gonna pay them now, right? Like the lawsuit.
Why do you say that? Well, it will probably eventually go to the Supreme Court, which will obviously shut this down. But why do you say that? How do you know?
Well, how do you know? Because they haven't everything that Doge
they don't listen to anything.
They don't listen to anything.
Right.
There's no rules. They don't care about the rulings. They just slowly play it out. But actually, the more interesting sub story to this story is not the Doge part of the story. Is the use of ChatGPT to do these things. That
shouldn't they have used Grok?
Well, first of all, yes, they should have used Grok, but it sucks, right?
Yeah.
So they can't even probably use it. But ChatGPT in and of itself, doesn't it flag its users for heinous shit? Shouldn't it have flagged every Doge user for looking for Nazis or anti-Semitism or something?
Yeah,
right?
sure. Keep dreaming.
I just like that.
How
it's
about
all
this?
ChatGPT.
The money didn't even go back to the Treasury. Remember, remember Elon Musk promised he was going to save I don't remember he gave this ridiculous figure $3 trillion or something.
Yeah, trillion dollars. Yeah.
This specific act of horribleness, quote unquote, saved $100 million, but it didn't go to the Treasury. It got funneled into other projects like the National Garden of American Heroes. Which was
a different grant.
Yeah, which is all a bunch of white dude statues. I mean, this is just, these guys are the worst.
It's just pure
the
graft. Worst. It's not even close to anything else.
The worst. And then finally, that's my third story of the week. And then finally, my fourth one, this is from the New York Times. And I thought it was important to catch this one for our show because now you didn't agree with me before about a precedent. But these things do set precedents, just like using AI as layoff excuse. also sets precedents. The Times covering that the headline is why two big companies just cut paid family leave. They focus on Zoom and Deloitte. I'm not going to go into all the details, but they're basically just slashing
benefits.
They're just slashing benefits for really no reason. There's no justification, and in fact, Deloitte is even worse because they're reducing them specifically for the poorer employees, the administrative staff, IT staff, the staff generally that earns less than the consultants.
Yeah, well, apparently, if you're running these companies, you haven't made enough money yet. So you got to find a way to cut everybody who had anything that make their lives livable.
If this isn't like just a loud warning bell that we need unions in all sectors. I mean, the United Airlines flight attendants last week finally ratified an incredible new package. Here at Deloitte and Zoom, that just benefits that you would assume would stay forever are just suddenly rolled back. And I got to point out, props to Zoom CEO Eric Yuan, who controls the whole friggin' company.
Yeah, he's dual class. Yeah,
there's no one else allowed to have a say on this stupid company, right? And I don't even know how they're still in business because there are literally 17,000 other ways to talk to each other on the internet through a video. So I don't know how it's still a company. But he also had a cute quote this week, a headline saying, "I hate working 5 days. AI could shrink work weeks to 3 days in a major future shift." So he's doing one of these dumb blowhardy things where he's pretending.
On one hand, he's saying we're no longer going to pay if anything happens to you. There's no safety net for you. But on the other hand, you're going to have 2 days off. And
to get paid less,
because AI is doing your work for you.
And he's doing the folksy thing where he's pretending like he's one of the workers. He's like, "Guys, I'm with you. Like, I hate working too,
Solidarity.
bros. Yeah.
I hate working those 5 days. Am I right? Yo."
Those are my 4 dumb stories.
Honestly, there was a story that you pulled about how Zuckerberg's employees hate him because he's created like
what a shock. Yeah.
He's made this AI avatar for himself, and it's like everyone thinks it's an asshole, and then they announced like that they were, cutting staff, and the way they did it, like they announced all this shit. They're just piling onto the employees, just being assholes, like about everything, like and this is exactly what is happening here, right? Like there's no reason to do this. You're just being assholes. It's like I should have made these asshole of the week. All right, so these are my 4. I'm not going to pick the PayPal one. In summary, I had the CEOs in Beijing, PayPal, Doge is stupid, and paid family leave gets cut. It's the last one.
Yeah.
It is 2 big companies cut paid family leave.
Yeah.
Because you're absolutely right. It's a canary in the coal mine. They have been preaching with this AI bullshit abundance. That like there will be great abundance for all of us.
Elon Musk tells you don't even bother because pretty soon you're gonna
robots
be
are gonna be everyone's rich. You're never gonna have to work. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great abundance. In the meantime, this is what they're actually doing.
Yeah.
They cut 30% of their staff and say AI. They cut all your benefits if you're still lucky enough to be around, right? Like, and then they go out and say like, "Dude, bro, it's awesome to work 3 days a week instead of 5, isn't it? Yeah, well, it's awesome when you have dual class shares and you own the company.
Yeah,
it's pretty great. But when like your grandmother is sick and you have to fucking leave work because they're dying, and the company's like, sorry, we don't support that anymore for no reason." No good reason. It's just we want the money for, Eric wants the money. That's the reason. That's it.
Rolling back benefits, it just seems so morally wrong, right? You just assume that they would accrue, right? You would never go back. Just like you wouldn't lower the wages on people, right? We're not going backwards on
Well, the worst part,
hourly rates. How are we going backwards on benefits?
It's not so much that we're going backwards. That's the worst part. The worst part is that the employees are all shocked. Like the Meta employees were all shocked, and they felt like totally demoralized. You work at a company that basically sells fucking attention and body dysmorphia, and like it's what you do is one of the worst things you can do. And so and then you're like shocked when they treat you like shit. Like these people, these executives, these billionaires do not care about any of you at all. You are a means to an end. I'm picking that one.
All right.
Now I'm all fired up. All right, let's do some good list.
Are we making good time? Not really.
Let's move quick. Let's move quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You
I'll go first. Mine's sort of. I'm pulling a Matt Moscardi here. Mine's kind of tongue in cheek.
There's not a lot of room for two Matt Moscardis.
You have to choose who you believe here. If you believe the CEO, then it's Goodliest. But I just had to laugh at. I just had to throw this somewhere in the show, so I just put it here.
You put it here. That's good reason.
Because I just love dumb CEOs. Honestly, Chipotle CEO Scott Boatwright tells customers to just ask if they want bigger portions after downsizing accusations. He said, "quote You should ask for a little more. We serve big, beautiful bowls and burritos. Full stop. No questions asked. If you want more, just ask the team member. I promise you, there's never a team member on that line that's going to say no." So he's just saying, yeah, just ask for more. I mean, this is the dumbest thing. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's like the boss said to give you small portions.
Yeah.
And
what the hell is this?
And then goes to the customer and says, well, we're not giving you smaller portions if you just ask for bigger ones. What is that?
I love it. This comes too from I want to set the path here for Scott Boatwright. Okay. The star, Brian Niccol, left for Starbucks, right? And Chipotle was like, oh shit, like we love Brian Niccol. He's gone. This guy was the COO, right? Which is, he should be
next in line. Yeah, next.
But no, Chipotle had to make him interim CEO for a while, for several months, while they looked for someone better. And then, I'm serious. And then they put him in. Then they put him in the role, and still, not even really a top choice. His CEO pay ratio is 886 to 1.
Well,
so he's making as much as the average employee, like at 9 a.m. basically on the first day of the year. And yet he wasn't even there. They didn't even really want this guy. But anyway, just ask for more.
Ask for more.
This should be everywhere. I think Zoom employees and Deloitte employees should just, they cut the benefits. No, just go back and say no. I want more weeks. I want more. I need more.
The worst part about this is the instinct to make it your problem.
Yeah,
like everything is.
I tell you.
But it's the same as like you watch Fox News for 20 minutes and the things that they say are basically like, oh, liberals are destroying this country. Prove me wrong. And it's like always on you to figure it out and prove someone wrong. This is like, oh, you're getting less? Just ask for more. It's like if you ask for more, you fix your problem.
Anecdotally speaking, one of the toughest things to teach young people these days is to use their voice to ask for more. That's not how the generations work anymore.
This generation looks at their phones and they don't make eye contact, much less talk, right? This is
so
all
Scott,
fucking,
Scott, how about you just give them more, because
there you
there's
go.
no right. I mean, anyway.
All right, I got one. My good list is oil shortages.
Yeah, yours is good. I like yours.
There's two stories. First one was beer demand stumbles as gas prices surge, data shows. Isn't that like a double good? Like less drinking drunk idiots and less drunk idiots driving,
yes,
right? Like
absolutely.
It's win-win. I love this. And the other one was oil shortages are even hitting colored snack bags.
Colored snack bags?
Yeah, first of all,
like Doritos or something, or what are you talking about?
It was actually like snacks in Asia, right? Like
snacks in Asia.
It was. Okay. They didn't show like Doritos.
Yeah,
bags. But and the phrasing like colored snack bags feels both racist and confusing.
It's funny because I actually take the opposite path, because like when I'm in the grocery store, one of my favorite tortilla chips, for instance, it's in a clear bag. These beautiful like homemade tortilla chips in a big clear bag. So
yeah.
Does that mean that colored snack bags are the ones that are disgusting? Like, what is
No,
that?
these are the bags that like whatever they put inside the bag, they want you to buy it somehow. So
Yeah,
they
they don't
make
want you
it
to
like,
see how nasty
yeah,
it
you
looks.
don't
It's
have
like
to see it.
green.
It's just
The
it's really
bag is
bright and
half
colorful.
full. Yeah.
So it's great because it's like maybe less snacking, right? Like they showed a picture of the snack bags before and after, and they're just black and white snack bags. Now,
I like
now
that.
apparently, so I like
I
that.
like black and white snack bag. All
I
right.
like that. Mine's
Right.
the winner. Mine's
Yeah, I think
definitely
so.
good. All right, let's do triggers. Triggeriest of the week.
Oh, good. So no assholiest.
No, these just triggered me. Although they are just assholes.
Am I? Do I get to vote?
Yeah, you definitely vote.
No, it triggers me the most. All right, go ahead.
All right, first up, this is going to be the winner. I'm not going to, I'm not going to lead the jury, but this is the winner. Brett Blundy.
It's a great name.
You ever heard of Brett Blundy?
Only because I work here and I noticed the story this morning, but I don't think I would have remembered the name. But I do love the name Brett Blundy. Sounds
Brett
like a blowhard.
Blundy.
Yeah. Sounds like he sounds like a guy who comes to meetings shirtless, is what I imagine.
He is an activist investor, but really he's not an activist investor. He's the owner of BBRC. He's an Australian guy. BBRC
Billionaire.
He's a billionaire. He's a retail guy. He sells fast fashion
bullshit.
jewelry
Yeah.
bullshit. In fact, he made his billions by selling his company Bras and Things.
Bras. What are the things? I know what the bras are.
I don't
are
know
the
what
things?
the things are, but can you imagine getting a bra at Bras and Things?
Did he just misspell thongs? Like I understand bras
No.
and thongs, but what are things?
Well, he sold.
Like pretzels?
I don't really know. They weren't specific, but
Okay.
he sold Bras and Things to Hanes.
Oh God, this is all just we're
It's
just
just
talking
the
about
word.
everything you say. I imagine just trash piles. Like what are they called? Those
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
landfill. I just imagine landfill.
But they also it's not just landfills. It's like what they send to like sub-Saharan Africa
Right.
when your team loses the Super
Uh-huh.
Bowl. They send Bras and Things and
it's
the
a-
old Super Bowl shirts that were for the non-winners.
And it's shirts that last about 8 months washing in a normal
And they literally
washer dryer.
disintegrate
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
your body while you
Sure.
wear them. Yeah. He currently chairs a company called Lovisa, which is a fast fashion jewelry business, and he owns 13% of Victoria's Secret, which
Does
is
he
why we're
really?
talking about him
Okay,
now.
I didn't
owns-
realize that.
He owns
Yeah.
a giant stake, and he thinks he can run it better than it's
Okay.
being run. He's
Well,
really disappointed
He's
because
got
Victoria's
bras and
Secret.
things. Yeah.
Well, yeah, so he knows everything about bras and
Yeah,
things.
and things. Yeah,
apparently,
which is everything in the world, really.
really all the things.
Yeah.
He bought Victoria's Secret bought a company called Adore Me, which is an online retailer,
These are all stupid names. Yeah.
and it hasn't like panned out super well. They've had some, like earnings dropped some in the last year, and it's been kind of stagnant because honestly, like how many bras do you need? In reality, like
A couple? I don't even know the answer to that.
that notwithstanding, Brett Blundy is very disappointed in Victoria's Secret. He's launched an activist campaign against Victoria's Secret. He's demanded as many as 4 board seats and as little as 2. He's suggesting that you vote against the chair of the board, and he suggested that you vote against one woman who he claims is the reason why they bought Adore Me. Her name is Nancy Nafisi. No, it's Miriam
Miriam
Nafisi.
Nafisi. Yeah.
Miriam Nafisi. I don't know why she's done online retail. He seems to think that she's the reason, but it strikes me very much as like one of those. Oh well, you just pick a dartboard person, woman. All right, you're out. Kind of approach to voting out. But it's worth mentioning here that it's not exactly like Blundy's a billionaire, but it's not exactly like his company's doing super well. Lovisa's 1-year market returns negative 22% compared to the Australian stock 200 is plus 4%. So he's underperforming his market, but he's busy spending money to buy Victoria's Secret. This is what triggered me. That's a lot of context.
Okay.
Because as an Australian blowhard chairing Lovisa, first of all, another white guy like L Brands was owned by a geriatric old white guy, Lex, what's his name?
Wexner,
Wagner. Yeah, Wexner.
but
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like he's caught up in the Epstein files, right? He's like a bro, an Epstein
Yes,
bro.
like
He's
these
a scumbag.
scummy, like white guys,
Yeah,
with money who run
meritocracy.
women's clothing,
Yeah,
right? Like,
meritocracy.
he's another one of those. Here's the Lavisa board. It's
Do we
Blundy.
cover does Free Float cover the Lavisa board? It's a publicly
We
traded
do.
company.
We do.
Oh,
It's in
wow.
Blundy and well, I'll go through it. It's Brett Blundy himself, Mark McInnes, who's deputy chair, John Cheston, who's the
Okay.
CEO,
Good name, Chest.
Bruce Carter,
Bruce Carter. Yeah.
Tracy Blundy,
Probably no relation, I'm guessing.
John Charlton,
Right.
and Se Jin Alt.
Well, I mean, Australia essentially is in Asia. You got to have at least one
that's
Asian
not
person.
the problem. The
Yeah.
thing to notice here is Tracy Blundy is
No
Brett
relation.
Blundy's wife,
Okay, well, that's a minor detail.
and Sajin Alt then is the only woman on the board
Who's
of a
not married to
company-
Blundy?
of a company who sells jewelry to women.
Yeah.
Brett and Tracy own 40% of the shares. There are, according to Free Float data, there's 0 directors of merit on this board, except for Blundy himself, and he only has merit because he owns the company. That's
Sure.
why he's tagged as having merit. The executive team at Lavisa includes John, Mark, Victor, and Chris. 0 women on the
Yeah.
executive team.
I mean, this all sounds very Australia to me.
Blundy is targeting Victoria's Secret, whose board is
Full of women. We know
Donna
that.
James, Hillary Super, Irene Britt, Sarah Davis,
Wow.
Jacqueline Hernandez, Rod Little, David McCrae,
Rod Little. Sounds like a made-up
Miriam
name.
Nance Nafasi, or Nafasi, Lauren Peters, and Ann Sheehan.
Wow.
There are 2 men on the board of Victoria's Secret.
I thought you were going to say there were too many women on the board.
This is
That's
one
what
of the
he's gonna- that's
most
what he would say.
women-run companies in the entire database we have
As
for
it,
Free
as
Float.
it should be. It's Victoria's Secret after all. But
Of
yeah, go ahead.
course. They
Yeah.
sell fucking women's clothes and bras.
Yeah, in fact, I don't think anything in the store is marketed directly towards like a traditional man, whatever that means.
well, not to wear, but to
Well,
ogle for
okay,
sure.
but sure, but yeah, there's
Well,
no
the-
Bud Light in there, right? There's no guns.
The executive team of Victoria's Secret, 4 women and 1 man.
Right.
This is the ultimate mansplain. This is a billionaire Australian blowhard chest thumping into a room full of women, telling them, "You fucking suck. I can do it better."
Yeah.
And then, and so to Victoria's Secret credit, they've been trying to deal with Blundy,
Which must be hard because he controls
multiple years.
13% of the shares, you said, so it's hard
multiple
to shut him up.
years.
Yeah.
He can't. He won't shut up. In fact, this is what they said in a filing. Members of the board held a video conference call with Mr. Blundy. They agreed to adding a mutually agreed upon director. They will allow his participation and review of the board of the company's capital allocation. So when the board makes a capital allocation decision, they'll run it by him. They will enter into a long-term information sharing agreement, and they'll negotiate that with Mr. Blundy, and they will remove their shareholder rights plan, which protects the company so that, he can buy more shares and that we won't get diluted, like poison pill kind of stuff.
Right.
Blundy said, not good enough.
Really?
He said he wanted all these things. He's now gone full activist, and he wanted to be on the board himself, to which
Yeah.
here's where it gets fully fucking triggered.
Yeah.
This is what the board had to write back to him. After this call, the board delivered to Mr. Blundy the following letter explaining its rationale for rejecting his candidacy and proposing a new framework for a mutually agreeable resolution. Quote, the potential for significant reputational and legal risk to Victoria's Secret arising from your pattern of hiring executives with a history of serious allegations of sexual harassment
Oh.
or other misconduct.
You should have
and-
led with that.
and
Yeah.
the reported and alleged instances of harassment and highly inappropriate employee policies. He had fucking harassing employee
Wow.
policies
Yeah.
that occurred under your oversight at companies you control or effectively controlled.
That's not good.
This is the guy who's trying to tell the women he can run it better than them.
Meritocracy.
Ladies, I don't know anything about Victoria's Secret bras. I've never had to wear one. I mean, I could, but I just have not had the opportunity or desire to wear a bra from there.
All right, come on. Say what you got to
Go
say.
buy a fucking bra from Victoria's Secret and tell Brett Blundy to shut his fat fucking mouth.
Or Brett, just like, I mean, you clearly have a background in this. Just why don't you just liquidate your shares, get the cash, make your own company, compete with them, do better.
Do better.
I mean, why are you targeting them? I don't know.
Run it with an all-male team who
Yeah,
just
go
wants
for
to
it.
feel boobies all day.
Oh, you can open it right in the mall, right next to Victoria's Secret, and you can destroy them.
But
Go for it.
Honestly, the headlines are not doing this justice at all.
They never do.
They should say Australian white male billionaire who's cool sexually harassing women wants to take over underwear store run by women, right? That's how they should read. But they read like Victoria's Secret activists goes full activist, or it's like they make it sound like there's some transaction here.
Oh, meanwhile, every fast fashion, reminds me a little bit of Cracker Barrel. Every fast fashion company is basically struggling. Retail struggling. Mall stores are struggling. So it's not like Victoria's Secret is the only one doing something wrong here.
Well, what makes me feel worse about it is last year we covered how Victoria's Secret was under pressure from like the Trump administration and conservatives to bring back the Victoria's Secret angels and the like hot women, get rid of all the fat people. Stop trying to sell to everybody with different body shapes. Just sell the hot women. It was like. That was a whole thing.
Sounds like the Cracker Barrel thing. Yeah, bring back Uncle Cracker, or whoever that was.
Can you imagine just being a woman trying to run this company and sell to other women? You can't even be left alone by fucking white guys opening their big, fat, stupid mouths and telling you you're doing everything wrong. Just leave him the fuck alone.
That's why it's great that his name is Brett Blundy. I think it's the perfect name for that kind of blowhard. All right, let's move on.
All right, that's number one. Number two. And this one's shorter than you think. It's Elon Musk and Sam Altman.
Oh, I didn't even cover this. This is week 2 of the trial, right?
It's the trial.
In fact, I did read this morning, or maybe you know what? Maybe you're covering. Did you cover that there's an apology about Elon going to China? Are you covering this?
Yes. Yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So Musk first. First, Sam Altman accused Musk of laughing at memes during important OpenAI meetings. And Musk's China trip during OpenAI trial prompts apology from his lawyer for the CEO's absence. Here's the triggering part to me. This is a man-child. Is there anything more man-childy? Like, does his mom fold his socks? Does he eat Cheerios out of a Frisbee in the morning?
Wait, which one's a man-child? Musk or Altman? Okay.
Musk.
You're being nice to Sam here.
Well, I'll get to Sam next.
Okay.
He's too fucking busy for the trial. Like, he wanted to go play in China with his friends, so he couldn't make the trial that he brought the suit against OpenAI. It's his fucking trial.
Yeah.
He wanted to win it.
He doesn't care. I mean, he doesn't, and it's not, the thing is, he doesn't care. It's not consequential. I mean, right? It doesn't matter what happens.
It doesn't matter at all.
His wealth
this
is
so
like gigantic.
All a joke. This is, and he's such a fucking little baby. I mean, look, just as a reminder, this man-child is the one who gets to choose whether or not the military has internet through Starlink. He gets to choose how to gut the government, what he did with Doge.
Right.
He's trying to implant chips in your brain at Neuralink. He basically.
To be fair, Sam wants all those things too.
I'm not saying Sam doesn't. I'm saying that Elon can do it now.
Yes, you're right.
But like the story here was that during meetings with OpenAI's team and staff, in which they talked about making OpenAI part of Tesla, Musk would stop for long stretches of time and force everyone to look at his phone at the memes he was looking at during the meetings.
He's a narcissist. He needs attention.
not the memes he did. He'd be like,
No, I
"Isn't
know.
this funny? Look at
Yeah.
these. Look at this.
He
Look at this."
he just needs the attention. He needs a
Can
spotlight.
you imagine? What
I mean, this
fucking
is why-
universe- I
this
don't.
is
I don't put
why
up with
for
that for my
years-
fucking kids.
But this is why for years he's been manipulating the stock market by he just constantly stands up and lies about stuff. He just needs attention. He wants people to love him by we're going to colonize Mars by 2021. We're going to have robots everywhere by 2022. You know, everything. He just lies. Full self-driving by 2023. He's just a liar. Just a liar.
Not only is he a liar, but I just can't get over. I'm
Wants
so
attention.
triggered by what a teenage, like preteen fucking baby he is.
All right, go
look at this funny meme. look what the cat's doing. Right? Like, what is that? And then there's Sam Altman. And here's the
You're
headlines
killing me
for
on this
Altman
one.
this
Yeah.
week. Sam Altman faces awkward grilling over toxic culture of lying.
Yeah.
So while Musk wasn't there, obviously, Musk's lawyer was asking Sam Altman, "Are you a big fat liar?"
Yeah. Well, we know he is.
and everything points to yes.
Yeah.
But this story broke. ChatGPT told a 19-year-old how to mix drugs. His mother found him dead the next morning.
Yeah, that's the one where like the chat agent basically was like, "Go for it, dude," kind of like it was like, "Go, like let's
This
go,
one
let's do it."
So he was flagged by OpenAI again. This is the same thing as the Tumblr Ridge massacres.
What? When are we gonna flag the CEO of OpenAI, Sam
What
Altman?
are we doing? This kid was like interested in basically taking cocktails of drugs and was asking for recommendations on dosages. And ChatGPT told him the recommendations of dosages to take for Cartom, which is like a street available gas station. It's
I've seen
fucking
this.
horrible.
Like the amount needed to OD on this is like basically nothing, right? It's
Nothing.
like a trace.
And
it's
you
like
can
worse
get it
than
at
fentanyl.
a gas station.
Really?
You can get it at gas stations all
Which
over the
one?
country.
One near me?
But mixing that with Benadryl or antihistamines or like
So
alcohol.
why aren't they again? Really, I mean this seriously. Why are they not flagging the company itself? Why is Sam not flagged?
No, because the only way anything
You flag the
happens is by
user?
look. Notice the thread here. The two things happening are you have a lawyer apologizing for the behavior of his client, and you have lawyers who have to file lawsuits in order for someone to flag the company doing heinous shit. There's no other mechanism anymore.
And
for
you're going to have a
accountability.
pretty good lawyer to battle a company like that. You know, it reminds me that I think I saw an article not too long ago that one of the guys from Friends died recently. I don't know.
Yeah, Matthew Perry. Yeah.
I think that the person who sold him ketamine went to jail for that. Like
Yeah,
drug
it's 2
dealers
years.
do. Drug dealers do sometimes go. I think the guy also, the doctor for Michael Jackson, I think served time. Or
A Prince.
why is
I think it was
Sam?
Prince.
Why are the executives at OpenAI? This is serious. I mean, I know
Well-
you're sort of joking, but this is
No,
serious
I'm not
shit.
joking. I was legit triggered by the fact that this trial is ongoing, and this is the shit. Like, we have a man baby with his finger on like whether or not bombs get dropped and governments get gutted,
Yeah.
and a man baby with his finger on whether your kid overdoses and someone has access to
Let's
a
not
plan
forget-
and weaponry to fucking shoot up a school. And what they're doing right now is sitting in a trial room arguing about who's a bigger liar, who said what to who when. Oh, OpenAI should be a charity. No, it shouldn't. Like,
Let's not
that is
forget-
what we're doing.
That the CEO's BFF Donald Trump is the federal government is restricting states from regulating AI.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, okay, move
All right,
on.
moving
Killing
on.
me.
Last option. Warren Buffett.
Oh, he's still alive.
Still alive.
And I think he's executive chair at.
I think you're correct. I think you're
Okay.
correct. But let's put the folksy, I'm just an old guy sucking on our Werther's original.
Yeah, he's done that forever.
Doing capitalism, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, hoo-hoo,
And he's always-
like that thing. We'll put it aside.
And I just saw like something on Reddit like praising him because he actually gives his money away. But as we've established, he gives his money to his kids' foundations.
his kids' foundations. Yeah.
Yeah,
which
there's
is-
no actual. I don't.
which is
Unlike Mackenzie Scott,
Congratulations.
there's no actual real track record of him like doing
giving
anything.
anything to anyone that matters.
of any
That's right.
consequence. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, if you put that aside and you realize that he's a stone cold capitalist whose
thought you were calling him a
capitalist
stoner.
thing was,
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a company and then let management do whatever it wants. My philosophy is hands off. I buy it and I only have hands on when I have to have hands on. I'm going to let
All
management
right.
run it. Here's what triggered me. I saw this headline and I had to dive into it to figure it out. But here's what triggered me. The headline was Electric Company says it's cutting off an entire town so it can sell all its power to data centers.
That doesn't sound good.
So there's a lot to hate in here because, first of all, the tech billionaires are building these data centers for AI. So already, I'm already fucking triggered by the data center
I mean,
thing.
they want to. It's so bad. Not only do they want to take over towns, they want to take over the ocean. They want to take over space.
Everything, space. They want to be
Yeah.
everywhere. And the only ones who win in this scenario is them. They get all the money.
Well-
You get all the shit. You get your job lost. You get less benefits. You like everything sucks for you. They
Well-
get all the money and they want to take it all.
And I was going to say, while the culture is clearly skeptical about AI, is clearly skeptical about social media, is clearly skeptical about everything. They're not too sure they want any of this. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a civilization kleptocracy is what it is. The company involved, the energy company, is NV Energy.
Uh-huh.
And NV Energy is a wholly owned subsidiary of Berkshire Energy,
Okay,
owned
is this-
by Warren Buffett.
Is this in Nevada, NV Energy?
It is Nevada.
Okay.
And NV Energy is the energy companies are largely regulated by a bunch of people. There's municipal regulators, there's all sorts of regulators, but FERC is the federal energy regulator. And Trump appointed the regulator at FERC. So you already have a Trump appointee overseeing a company owned by a billionaire,
Which means no
overseeing-
regulation. yeah.
that is deciding who gets energy, and the one they want to give it to is tech billionaires. So
Yeah.
there's a lot to hate already. But the town, the town in question here, it's 50,000 people in Lake Tahoe.
Oh, that's pretty big. I actually was imagining a smaller place.
They get 20 million people tourists a year for skiing.
Yeah.
Lake Tahoe's a huge resort
Right.
town.
I thought you were going to say it's a town of like 900 people.
No, this is 50,000 people. It's the same size as West Hartford, Connecticut, where I live. They have 1 year to find a new source of energy for their
Jesus.
entire town because the Buffett's energy company decided to reroute all the energy
this
to
is
data
like-
centers.
I mean, this is like already you're describing a dystopia to me. This is
It's-
this reminds me of like the movie I used to watch as a kid called Escape from New York. This just sounds like, but this just sounds
that.
crazy to me. What you're saying to me, is water that far away? Are we gonna have to like figure out how
Water's
to drink our
gone in
own
Nevada.
water?
They're already trying to figure out where to get water in Nevada. But
Right. Oh,
the
really?
ch-
Yeah.
The chair of FERC is a woman named Laura Sweat because
Yeah.
Trump loves to appoint young,
Blonde.
semi-experienced women to positions where they will be deeply loyal to him. And she actually represented energy firms when she was a lawyer. And she extolled the glory of data centers. One of the amicus briefs that her law firm wrote in 2024 was on behalf of NV Energy.
Oh.
She didn't sign the amicus brief herself, but she worked at the firm that represented NV Energy. So, not to mention the fact that FERC, of the fines they issued this year, 99% are for one company, and it's an energy efficiency company. And since Trump was elected, the fines that they've issued have either been blue states or renewables at a 2-to-1 rate. Like all they do is target renewable energy and blue states. So Warren, be as folksy as you want, but the people are fucked. I'd love for you to write in your next annual meeting letter, if you ever write another one, you could tell them where you let your company put the power to their town,
It's-
and maybe they should just power themselves on See's candy.
It's funny-
Maybe that's what you should be doing.
It's funny you tagged this story this week because I also tagged a Berkshire Hathaway related story for the Proxy Countdown, which was just so outrageous to me and, pointed out the fake folksiness of Warren Buffett. The CFO is stepping down and he is getting, for until 2037, he's getting a benefit up to 30 flight hours a year on a specific jet. They even named the jet a net jet. I don't even know what the hell that is. It's a private jet, I guess. And if he dies, his wife gets the benefit. And it's just like, this is the fake folksiness of Warren Buffett, right?
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, he's pulling power from a town, from a
Deloitte
city.
told you can't have paid family leave.
Right? I know. So it's like he is such a hypocrite. Anyway, all right.
Those are your options. It's Brett Blundy, Musk Altman, and Buffett.
You thought I was going to go Blundy.
I was so triggered by Blundy. The mansplaining to women.
I'm
like,
with
what?
you.
I fucking hate it.
I'm with you, but I also don't. The whole like fast fashion world, I wish it would all just go away. I wish we could get back to like you buy a really quality bra that lasts years, so that because women are really the victims of fast fashion, right? I mean, they're the ones just going, and also the horrible makeup world. I mean, I was
all on TikTok too, right? Like every social media wins from fast fashion.
We went on away for a week, and I was looking at the difference between what I brought versus my wife. I brought deodorant and a toothbrush, right? And we shared the toothpaste, because we're close. We share toothpaste.
I would say you're close, yeah.
Her side of the sink was like 40 different things. I'm just thinking like these companies just prey on women. I mean, it's just like they prey because we had the same bodies and skin, right? It's not different anyway.
It's not good.
So I'm not going to pick Blundy because I don't know. And I can't do. You're going to be surprised where I think I land. I can't do Musk and Altman because I don't. Despite the fact that we've been doing this for years, and I think we're probably one of the best news. I don't know what you call us, media organizations in the world that covers this
stuff. Yeah,
that covers Elon Musk and Sam Altman regularly, right? I mean, we try to tell these stories regularly and the ramifications of everything. So I'm proud of the work we do there, but I don't know how to. It's heinous every week with these two, and I don't really know how to wrap my mind around it anymore. And I don't know how to like even paraphrase these stories anymore. So I'm just gonna land on the fake folksiness of Warren Buffett because this is, again, as I said earlier, it's just so dystopian that a corporation has the right to do this. I guess I'm just, and I know you're saying because the regulators put in place are corporate friendly, but I just can't believe there's not a mechanism in place that prevents this in the first place. The whole thing is just nuts to me, and that it's Buffett.
I'm sure Buffett doesn't know.
Oh, whatever.
Himself,
I don't want to see that excuse. I'm picking that one. I'm picking that one.
All right.
And since it doesn't matter, I get to pick what I want.
Yeah,
let's
you
move
get
on.
to pick whatever you want. All right, let's go. Let's get headlines, winners, predictions, and get out of here.
We said we'd go fast, but I think we're only like 4 minutes ahead of schedule.
Well, it's fast for us. The rest is fast for me. I don't have anything.
Me sort of too. My headline is of the week: kids with fake mustaches can fool high-tech age verification systems.
I love that. That wins the week for me. I just love that.
That's incredible.
Someone somewhere is like manufacturing fake mustaches at an unbelievable clip.
Of course.
I just like that. My headline was Waymo recalls 3,800 robo-taxis after glitch allowed some vehicles to drive into standing water.
Yeah, it's not a glitch. There's no person driving.
By which they mean lakes and ponds.
Yeah. There was another one on Waymo I saw a few days ago where I think it was in Houston. A lot of these, not really in New England, but a lot of cities are full of like cul-de-sacs, like the suburbs. They're horrible. There's cul-de-sacs everywhere, right? Which is like for those of you who live in Australia, I think we used to have an Australian listener, probably don't anymore.
Not anymore.
A cul-de-sac is like a street that ends in a circle, right? It ends in like I don't even know why, but it ends in a circle. But they said that there were several Waymos stuck in cul-de-sacs just circling because I don't know, they couldn't get out or they were lost or they couldn't figure it out. Anyway, it's the whole thing.
I love that. All right, what's your winner for the week?
My winner, believe it or not, is a man named Steve Roth. And again, I feel like I just needed to put this in somewhere, but he really is the winner. I mean, only winners can talk this way. Steve Roth is the CEO of Vornado Realty Trust, a company that we cover, free float, in our database. It's all available for free. He expressed his support for fellow billionaire and the Citadel CEO, Ken Griffin, right? Because Ken Griffin's really having a big sad because Mayor Mamdani is trying to tax billionaires with like multiple homes. Yeah, so they're having a big sad. But Steve Roth, he really wins for this quote this week. This is a quote. I must say that I consider the phrase tax the rich, and then he says, quote, tax the rich. I don't know why I need to say it twice because maybe he's a dope.
Yeah, he's just emphasizing.
Yeah. I consider the phrase tax the rich when spit out with anger and contempt by politicians both here and across the country to be just as hateful as some disgusting racial slurs.
Oh.
I mean, he's really, good for this guy.
Wow.
He took it all the way, right?
I mean, at least he said what he was thinking.
Yes, exactly.
Because we don't get enough of that from
all the way
billionaires
there. Basically, the N-word and trying to tax the ultra wealthy. Basically the same diff.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's close.
Yeah.
It's like
So,
80%
Steve Roth,
of the way.
winner. You're clearly a winner.
My winner is lawyers. Literally,
Lawyers.
everything is a lawsuit now.
Yeah.
There's no
in
way
America.
anything happens without it being a lawsuit. There's
Yeah.
no accountability without a lawsuit. Even the lawsuits themselves. So the Trump administration is talking to the Department of Justice about settling the IRS case that Trump brought against his own government.
Yeah.
And the amount of lawyers it takes to do the settlement even is amazing. Like
That's good billable time there.
Everything is just lawyers. They're winning. I should have been a lawyer. It's like I lost. Predictions.
All right. Back to my Steve Roth mention.
Recall.
I love doing recall with my winners and predictions. My prediction is New York City Mayor Mamdani asks Steve Roth for just a little more. And Roth replies, I'm not a fucking Chipotle, commie scum. Just a little more. Just ask.
That's a double callback.
Mamdani, just ask. Just ask. They'll give it to you.
You just give it to you.
Yeah, it's a double
Don't
callback.
tax them. Just ask. A tax is
Just ask.
asking.
That's it. Just ask.
I saw this headline. Chili's CEO wakes up at 5 a.m., runs daily, and uses that time to generate ideas for the business.
Ideas. I love that. For Chili's.
Here's my prediction. On his run on next Thursday, May 21st, Chili's CEO Kevin Hochman stops short, just in the middle of the run, and just says out loud, what if the big crispy chicken sandwich was bigger?
Perfect.
That was his idea.
That's an idea.
It's an idea. That's all we got. That's Hazelnut Rollins. I'm Aaron Ellis, Matt Mascardi. We are free floats. That was our shorter show. It's 40 seconds shorter than our normal show.
We suck.
Go get our Proxy Countdown show. We're back. We're back for the long haul here. Go get our Proxy Countdown show, which all should drop today. Until then, good.